Welcome back to Andertons TV. Yes, it is your favourite episode of Tales from the Pedal Cabinet.
Number 25,203.
So it's where we take 5 pedals that are new in our pedal cabinet and get Pete to give them a bit of a strum. So we've got fuzzes, we've got golden overdrives, we've got hot rubber monkeys, another fuzz, and then something from Earthquaker called a ledges.
It's not a ledges.
Ledges, as in hedges, but ledges.
What is a ledges?
A ledge is like a windowsill.
On?
It's like, yeah, it's like a ledge. So
in Danish, it's called kant.
What, a ledge?
In Kent. The edge is in Kent.
Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps. If you're interested in one of the pedals a bit further on, of course, you've got timestamps below. And maybe you want some merch. We've gone a bit monochrome today, haven't we?
Yeah,
but you can go way more
like my
colourful than
mood.
that if you want. It's like my real hair colour. Okay.
Monochrome.
So the first pedal is from the wonderful Zach Broyles at Mythos, who makes an amazing selection of pedals, mainly in the sort of the fuzzy overdrivey world, but not exclusively.
Yeah. No.
And all named after sort of ancient Greek things. So here we have the Hephaestus drive. It's what? Who's this? Hephaestus, which is a variable voltage fuzz. Don't say that. Okay, let's just turn it on. It's only got one knob.
It's an octave down fuzz, isn't it? That's mean.
I absolutely love all of the blurb that you get on these. So the Hephaestus started life as a simple take on the classic Jordan Boss tone circuit. So classic, I've never heard of it. You ever heard of the Jordan Boss tone circuit?
Jordan Boss.
Wasn't he in New Kids on the Block? Anyway, it's a little plastic box that you plugged directly into your guitar to get that classic Spirit in the Sky fuzz sound. Going up to the spirit in the sky. That one. So by adjusting the voltage to the circuit itself, you get a very sporadic octave down effect. Essential, turning that little plastic box into the anti-Octavia. It's got one knob. It's called a warning knob. And set to maximum, you get classic fuzz tones. But once you hit the 1 o'clock, the sub octave starts to happen. So we'll have a little play around with that. These are made in America and are £139 available from Andertons. So let's start down here.
Let's start down below.
Okay.
That's a good sound, man.
I see what they mean about it being a slightly random octave down. It's
yeah.
Like it's there on some notes and not on others. Can you play Spirit in the Sky? I don't mind that. It's a good sound, actually. Keep going a bit more.
It's a good sound.
Can I hear it with a Telecaster?
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Pete.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the fact that it's this mini, it kind of feels like, what I like about these mini pedals is that even if you're only thinking that you might use it for sort of 2 or 3 tunes or even just one tune, it's small enough it can kind of slot onto the board.
Yeah,
it doesn't
on the
take
top
much
of the board,
space
I've got that little extra line on the top of my board.
I like it with that lower fuzz. It's more... fuzz all the way up, it starts to sound a bit like lots of different fuzzes.
Yeah.
But fuzz down, it's got its...
Let's see, that's more pronounced now. We're not playing loud today either, are we? It's much more. I like it. I think it's great, man.
That sounds great.
Nice.
It does sound great. So there you go. Links below if you're interested in that.
Hephaestus.
Next, we are moving on to
Hephaestus.
another world word that's easy to mispronounce. So this is the Halcyon. Halcyon, referring to perhaps a period of time where things were maybe amazing and perfect. Often referred to as sort of in mythological texts, I think.
I can't remember when that was.
Last year, maybe, the Halcyon Green came out, referring to a mythologically perfect time of perhaps a certain pedal that maybe was green. Halcyon Gold is making a similar reference, but of course to a pedal that was gold, sometimes silver.
Yeah, so Halcyon Silver maybe next? Or maybe Halcyon Blue.
Halcyon Blue. I'm sure that's a toilet cleaner, isn't it? Halcyon Blue. We have got level, drive, dry, tone, we've got the adapt thing, and then we've got a Klon mode, which I'm guessing is either an abbreviation of Klon or some sort of Dutch airline. And then we've got the mod mode, so I shall tell you what they all do. So, right, into a clean amplifier, it says here, get a different flavour of your overdrive that doesn't rely on cranking your amp. Turn down the dry control, it just gives you just the driven tone.
Well, yeah,
Right, I see, yeah. Perfect for running into a clean amp, especially with the smooth mod response. Now, let's see. I see what they're saying now. If you're using it with an amp that's already driven, you might want to blend in a bit more of the dry
same
tone.
with the other one.
Okay, so what is our sound, by the way? Pretty clean.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Very clean.
the adapt switch here reduces the mid hump and restores the bass and treble frequencies. So that's here we got 0, 1 and 2. So 0 has no adaptive behavior. It's just like, wow, bold here. It's just like a real Klon Centaur, what the manual says. Position
that is
2,
bold.
it is bold. Position 2 gives you full adaptive behavior. Rolling back your guitar volume or playing softly will not only clean up your tone, but will also reveal the full spectrum of your clean tone. And position 1 is less adaptive than position 2, makes sense. And the mid hump is retained slightly when cleaned up, helping low end tightness and reducing feedback with higher gain sounds. Wow. And then
lie down now.
Voice,
After that.
the KLN setting offers the focused mid-peak of the original Klon Centaur, and the mod setting gives a broader mid-hump and a softer, more compressed clipping characteristic. Great for single coil pickups, so we might as well start there, right? So let's go everything at 12 o'clock, no adapting. In fact, let's have no adapting in the original Klon position with that guitar.
Yeah, I like that. It sounds good, does it? Or is it me?
I think it sounds great. And I also think as well, Origin have got their kind of army of fans because everything everything Origin does is you just know it's all crazy high quality engineering, and the guys there are just tone freaks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
and it's a good size now compared to the older pedals.
They were
they're
massive,
a bit longer,
the
weren't they?
revival range.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a bit more drive. brighter than a Tube Screamer drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Much more barky kind of
like
sound. I like it too.
I like it a lot.
Let's try Adapt Mode 1.
Okay. Maybe a bit less drive. Just find it a bit too much. Too much drive? Is there such a thing? That's a good sound.
Mode 2, Adapt Mode 2. It's fatter, isn't it?
Go back. It's very fat, isn't it?
And if I turn Adapt off,
That's
I like Mode 2. I like the full fatness.
Yeah, full fatness. Is it on Klon mode or is it on mod mode?
This is on Clod mode. This is on
Klon Van Damme.
Klon mode. Wow. Adapt Mode 2, and let's see the difference between the Klon and the mod modes. So here we go.
Fatter, isn't it?
That's a good sounding drive pedal.
It is.
And may I now hear this with a Les Paul, please?
Yes, you
Monsieur
may.
Peter.
May you turn it off?
I may.
There we go.
You know what? Oof. That now, I think with the humbuckers, is maybe too fat.
I don't think it is.
No, I'm gonna roll.
I think when you're playing, that's for when you're on your own. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know. When you're playing with yourself.
Fantastic!
That sounds great.
Yes, congratulations, Origin. That's great. Wow. I like that a lot.
That sounds
We'll have to
amazing.
revisit the Klon shootout, won't we? Speaking of Klons as well, don't forget.
You can win.
Can you even read that anymore? Yes.
I can't.
Please keep subscribing to this channel. We're giving away prizes every 50,000 new subscribers, and when we get to the big 1 million, we're going to give away a real Klon. Up there, right? Okay. I feel like we need some Hot Rubber Monkey. Now, don't you? Right, so the J-Rockett Hot Rubber Monkey version 2 is designed to achieve the overdriven sounds of a legendary D-style. I'm guessing we're talking Howard Dumble with the acclaimed Hot Rubber Monkey EQ mod. Honestly, all these like acclaimed, it's like, I've never heard of these things. It's like, is that, I mean, fine. So obviously Dumble had a Hot Rubber Monkey EQ circuit, but hey, this custom EQ creates a very low mid-centric throaty sound where the guitar frequencies thrive. It's sonic bliss. For this version 2, I didn't even. There's obviously a version 1.
Yeah, there's
version 2. J-Rockett were able to spend about 2 years living with an actual Dumble amplifier
Somebody calls the wife.
with the HRM EQ mod. Yeah, absolutely.
It's my Dumble.
This allowed them to really do a blah, 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 marketing speak, blah, blah. Let's just hear it.
Are we going everything at 12 or 1?
We've got everything at 12.
That's the clean.
Bosh.
Here's the thing.
Sounds good.
It sounds great. I don't know. I haven't got nothing to compare it with. Like with the Dumble amp, I have never played one. You know. But it's that smooth sort of overdrive.
All right,
lead sound.
we've got volume, we've got gain, and then we've got a top end and a mid-range boost.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple to understand what the knobs and buttons are doing. So I'm going to leave the EQ flat for the time being and just go through the range of gain.
Ganache.
It's very smooth.
It's that
sounding
lead
gain, isn't it?
It's that sort of a lead tone, isn't it? Whoa,
I really like what this top end control is doing. It's adding in actually a relatively small amount of top end in terms of shrillness.
That's what it says.
But it's adding. You can really hear it adding gain in that top end as well. I actually like that more, like round about here.
Sounds great as well. That's fat.
This mid-range one, I think, really takes it into that similar mid-range to a Klon, you know, where you get the feedback coming in. So.
That's a good sound,
Flipping heck, man.
Wow.
We've had some good drive pedals today so far, haven't
just
we?
compared to that,
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good sound
That's
as well,
a good
man.
sound.
It's more smooth.
Quite different, aren't they, actually? I actually think in terms of a band mix solo type thing, you'd probably get heard more with the Halcyon, wouldn't you? But it's both good sound.
They almost sound the same, don't they? Like
I think this one is more barky and a bit fatter.
Yeah.
I like this one, but I like them both.
I like the
Is there
format
anything
of
else
these.
to
They're
tell
so
you
small.
about the Hot Rubber Monkeys? It's enhanced authenticity with carefully sourced NOS parts. Wow. Bloom and feedback at lower gain settings for an authentic feel. You're using the word authentic a lot. Maybe Mark Agnesi's involved. Achieves outstanding tube screamer sounds with enhanced EQ control. I've got to be honest with you. I wasn't hearing tube screamer.
No.
And then it says it's built like a tank. Let's hear it with a Hanson. Bop. So good.
It is good. They do some great pedals, man. I think underrated.
You know what? I absolutely preferred the Halcyon with the Les Paul, and now I think I prefer the Hot Rubber Monkey with the Hanson. Should we go on to the Expandora? Levitators Expandora! Now these are completely new to Andertons, the Expandora.
Yeah,
also, this is how you get into Andertons. What you do is you make a purple something, send it to Pete, and then all of a sudden Andertons are stock in the range. It is a division of Experitech, whoever they are. Okay, I have the manual.
Spiritogamus.
So it says here, this is a you're about to embark on a remarkable adventure in tone. It's the optical expansion circuit in our pedals that make them special. You will be rewarded with
creamy,
sustain, rich harmonic content and super sweet tone. Crikey, tell me about the pedal. Here we go.
Oh, God.
The Expandora Levitatus circuit remains faithful to the original. 2 single op amps, an LM308, TL070 or OP07. Getting off on that yet, Pete? 1 dual op amp JRC4558.
And
the climax here is the 1 transistor, the 2N3906.
It's not working.
Unlike most dirt pedals that require you to max out the knobs to get a decent tone, the Expandora's knobs are very useful throughout their entire range. We recommend you start with everything at 12 o'clock. That's it. That's where we like to start. Now there's various modes here.
Yeah.
So both switches down is crunch. Up and downy like this is overdrive. The opposite of that is distortion, and uppy is fuzz. Wow, I've not seen that done on a pedal before. That's kind of clever.
It's very clever.
All right.
Will it be rewarded with thick, creamy?
Let's see which mode rewards us with thick and creamy sustain. Let's start with, and I better keep this open, and let's start with crunch, which is both down in the 12 o'clock. So what's our clean tone? By the way, this green light here doesn't mean this pedal's on. It's just, that's the on button.
The on button.
Okay, here we go.
It's very...
Quite bright.
Yeah, bright. I was going to say bright. But sounds good. It's a good drive. I will turn this down.
I just realised I haven't told you how much any of these other pedals cost. Hot Rubber Monkey is $239. Halcyon, actually, on the day we're doing this video, hasn't been announced yet. But if it's the same price as the green one, which I suspect it will be, that's also $239. Links will be below. The Expandora!
Can we not hear it first?
Could be anything from $250 to $280, depending on which one you buy by the looks of things. Anyway, yes, you can. So that was in crunch mode, right?
Yeah. And
okay.
I dialed down the treble there because.
Okay.
That's a good sound.
How much gain is there?
That's going to change drastically when you do the switches.
I switch this up. Are we going to overdrive mode?
Yeah.
That is a very marginal difference.
Yeah.
Hey ho. Let's see if distortion takes us anywhere.
That's definitely more. Sounds good though.
It's a great sound.
Yeah.
I almost feel like at the moment the difference between crunch, overdrive and distortion is so marginal, it's almost like just, I don't know, like an extra 2% of gain or something. It's not changing much.
What's this now?
So if you just chug, I'm going to go crunch, overdrive, distortion whilst you're chugging.
What happens if you gain it up?
All
you give
three
it more gain?
good sounds, but just not that different.
Try more gain.
I wonder if it's the other way. I wonder if it's more obvious with less gain. You can hear the distortion maybe slightly more distinctly, but it's subtle.
The crunch and drive are very similar.
I like the sound of it though.
Yeah,
and then fuzz is both switches up.
That's a good sound
It's
as well.
100% obviously fuzz in that mode.
Fuzz!
Fuzz, hot fuzz.
Hot fuzz in my face.
Let's just very, very quickly switch through the 4 modes again with the Les Paul.
Les Paul!
Back to crunch mode. That sounds great. That sounds
good.
absolutely
Proper
great.
rock tone.
Yeah. Why is it so much more obvious what that switch is doing with that guitar than it was with the Hanson?
I don't know why it is, but it sounds great, man. Hey, hey! And more again. It's just like, oh!
It's so like...
There's a gate in there. There's a gate. Good. That's fun.
That's very cool.
Very fun.
It's very cool. I've never heard of them before. I'm very pleased that we've started stocking them.
Yeah, it was a big thing back in the day.
They were a big thing back in the day, were they? Back in the day. It looks like a sort of a mini fuzz face kind of vibe, doesn't it?
Cool, man. Super cool.
Right, let's look
Here
at
we
the
go.
ledges. So this last one, you'll be pleased to know if you don't like overdrive pedals, is not an overdrive pedal. It is a tri-dimensional reverberation machine reverb pedal. Wow. It's a 3-mode reverb with the ability to save and recall 6 presets with loads of customizable options. It's £225.
All right.
It's in stock. And here we go. From classic standard reverb tones to undiscovered sonic reaches.
Yeah.
Right, there are 3 switchable modes, R, H and P. Room, hall and plate, I guess, isn't it? Live mode, green mode, pedal will operate exactly where the pedals are set. Red mode recalls the actual settings that you saved. So let's leave it in green mode and let's see what we've got here. Oh, I see. So there's your 6 presets here. Okay, got it. So this is reverb into the front of the amplifier, right? Not through the effects loop.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. So let's try the room mode. No, not room. Sorry, that's room. Yes, the room mode.
Is that? Oh yeah, it is. That's a good sound.
What does
love?
Damping. Damping, I suppose, is like going from a room that would have real, like, sort of, reflective surfaces to a room with less reflective.
Yeah.
So it's hard to hear on the hall mode. Let me just see which way it works. Is damp all the way up? Is that more damping or less damping? So just give it a... right.
Oh, it's almost like a...
Yeah, so the more we turn it up, the darker the reverb, the more the damping effect kind of takes place. So let's go back, sorry, room mode, here we go.
Yes. Sounds good.
It's a short reverb, isn't it, the room?
I like that.
I don't know if I'm not a massive fan of room reverbs in general. Let's go hall.
It's a nice sound, I like that sound.
It's a nice sounding reverb.
That's the dampening.
I'm just trying to understand, like, what is the point of this? It feels to me like its USP, if you like, is the preset thing, rather, because there's a standard reverb pedal. It just sounds like a nice reverb pedal, as opposed to an amazing reverb pedal or a rubbish reverb pedal. It's kind of like just a nice in the middle. The preset thing, I was trying to see if there's a way to recall the presets, but there's not, other than using the knob on there, which kind of feels a bit odd. So there's no MIDI or anything like that.
And I think the expression is for the dampening, right? So the
expression is apparently you can control any parameter. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to plate, which is my favourite guitar reverb. I might take that. Nice. I mean, it's above average. I'm going to say it's not. I still feel difficult.
Like it's the same as overdrive pedals, man. There's just millions of them, but it sounds good. I think it's got a really nice sound.
No, I agree. I still kind of think to myself, when I hear like a Strymon Blue Sky, there's something even more transparent in there, but this is a bit more affordable than that. And of course, you've got the 6 presets, which I suppose for the right person might help. And if you're using the expression pedal to get some more, swell-in type reverb effects, that might be cool.
So you use that to save a preset then?
Yeah, so you hold that down, I believe. And if we're in red mode, now we're in the preset mode, whereas in green mode, we're just wherever the knobs are set.
Is there any presets pre-programmed in here?
Bound to be, yeah. That's a nice sounding reverb. I can't decide if I would ever use on a normal pedal board 6 different reverb presets that I couldn't recall other than via MIDI. It's just old school style switching.
It sounds good. I think it sounds.
Is there anything you want to stack up, or have we done the demo?
I think we've done
the demo. We've done the demo. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this latest episode of Tales from the Pedal Cabinet. If you like this, there's probably a playlist for this. There must be, like Pete said, we must be up to about episode 25 by now. So hundreds of pedals potentially that we'll have checked out. Bish bash bosh, I think we're done. See you tomorrow. Bye.